Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen, and back for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. And I am loving today's card. I didn't think I was going to like the stamp set that I'm using, but I fell in love with it. But I really think it's the designer paper that I'm using that really made the difference. But before we get started, I wanted to show you that I'm going to be using these new Stampin' Blends, and it's called the Natural Tone Stamping Blends collection, and it's part of a bundle that was released on January 4th. And that bundle comes with, you can bundle this Here Together stamp set, and I think this is really cute. You can make a lot of cute things. And inside is the dies that, I put mine on the inside, but you can bundle it with the dies that come with it. And so you basically have to cut out these 3 images. And then you also have some dies that say, here for you, and you matter. So that's what that set looks like, and you can also get the paper that goes with it. Let me open that up so I can show you what the paper looks like. So you can get this paper here, and I guess I could just show you the front and the back. So there's that. And black and white, I just love black and white patterns, so I'm really excited about this paper. So you can use it with that bundle set, because they have these images like this that you can color in and add to your cards. You can color these in with those new natural tones Stampin' Blends. Oops, forgot to show you that side. There's this one. Oh, this is really cute. Let me turn it around, because it has the heart above the hands there. That is really cute. Oh, gosh, I love that. As you can tell, this is the first time I'm looking at it, too. So there's that. Oh, this is really nice, too. I tend to like the ones that have more of the white in it, seems like. And there's some little white hearts on this. Very cute. Some stripes. And that's kind of cute. And then we have this last bit. So that is that, and I wanted to let you know that the blends are a like a pre-released for the new catalog that'll be coming out in the 2022-2023 annual catalog. This is a pre-release, but the paper and the stamp set and the dies are only available while supplies last and through this current catalog. So if you're interested in something like that, you might want to think about getting that. So, but for today's card, I just wanted to show you that I am going to be using these. And it was really hard for me to figure out what the colors look like. So I really quickly made this little cheat sheet, because they're numbered. They don't have like a color. They're like numbered. So like 1,000 and 900 are bundled together, and that's the light combo. Then 700 and 800 is the medium light. The 5 and 600 is the medium. The 300 and 400 is the medium deep. And the 100, 200 is the deep. And so I went ahead and just did this for my own cheat sheet so that I could see what the colors look like on the cardstock. So, because I was having a hard time just looking at them. And so then I also numbered my blends with the corresponding numbers. So just wanted to show you that. So let's go ahead and get these out of the way for now. And I also wanted to show you that I'm using this paper right here from the New Horizons designer series paper that's in the mini catalog, and that's on page 43. And I just love this paper. I really think this paper does so much, and it just makes the card beautiful. So we're going to be using that. But the stamp set that I'm using today is only one that you can earn. And I didn't think I would like it, but it's called Catching Butterflies. And you can only earn it with a $50 purchase. And then you can get this for free. But I really, really, really liked it. So let me show you what it looks like in the case. So this is what it looks like here. So like I said, I didn't think I'd like it, but I was really happy with it. And I'm also going to be using the Stitch with Whimsy dies. I'm using this one right here. So let's go ahead and get started. So I went ahead and chose the Fresh Freesia for my card base. So we're going to go ahead and I will have all the dimensions on my blog, and I will put that in the description. So we're going to start with Fresh Freesia, and then I wanted to put So Saffron because I'm matching it based on the designer paper that we're using, which is this one. So I was picking colors that corresponded with this paper. So let's go ahead and get this adhered to our card front. And then we can get on with the rest of the card. So I'm going to, it's funny, I always like to turn it this way, even though it's going to be portrait, but then I can at least see 3 sides and hope that I get it pretty even. Okay, so then let's go ahead and work on the focal point. And so what I did is, when I decided to cut this out, I decided that I wanted more of the top part and not so much of the green part. So when I cut this out, I kind of decided what I wanted and what side I wanted. And then what was left for me was, because then I had to cut off some of the bottom green, right, from the bottom. So what I did with that was I turned it over, because we're going to do some paper piercing, and I stamped the girl. So this is the girl right here, and I wanted her dress to be in this back side of this designer paper. So I stamped her dress on a little scrap on what was left over, right on there in the Memento Tuxedo Black. And then I fussy cut out the dress. And that is how I got this cute little dress that we're going to use. Let's see if you can see that. I think it's so cute that we're going to use for the little girl once we get her put together. But that's how I did the dress. So then what I did was on my basic white, I took, and you can use whatever blending tools you like. If you like the, you know, the sponge daubers or the blending brushes, I just took the sponges that we used to sell, and I just basically dipped it into my ink pad, and then I kind of just, smudged it around. But what I did is I did basically the soft succulent on this bottom part, and then I added, for a little extra darkness, the evening evergreen around the edges, and I kind of went in on the corners there so that I would have that little extra. I didn't want it really dark here in the middle because that's where I'm going to stamp the little girl. So let's set that aside. So I went ahead and stamped the little girl like this in the Memento Tuxedo Black, because since I'm going to be using the stamping blends to color her in, I don't want it to smear. So you'll notice that the net isn't going to get completely stamped on this piece. But then you're going to go ahead and take this like grassy looking image, and I used the evening evergreen, and I basically stamped it right underneath her feet like that. So then once I got that done, I took the next colors, which was the So Saffron, and I used my blending sponges again, and you can use whatever you like, and I kind of went around her, sponging some color there. And then I went in with the Bumblebee and darkened it up around the edges there and on the corners. So then you end up with something like that. And then I went ahead, and I just didn't want to do all this here because it would take me forever. So then I went ahead and colored her in her hair, and what I did was I used, pull out my little cheat sheet here. So I used the light out of the light combo here. I used the light for a little bit on her cheeks. I don't know if you can see that. Then I used the 900, which for her skin. And so I colored her face and her neck and her hands and her legs. Then I took the 600, which is part of the medium combo, and I used that for her hair. And I kind of just, even though there's, what I did is I kind of went over it like once lightly, and then I kind of just went over certain areas in a little darker area, just so that it could look like, because our hair usually has different highlights in it. And then you could do this if you want, but right around her pupil, I took the light soft succulent, and I just put just a little bitty line around her pupil there, just to show that she had like green eyes. So that's what I did there. And then we're going to now finish this up. We're going to put on her little dress. So I'm going to take some liquid adhesive, and I'm going to, let me get my silicone mat here so that I don't get glue all over my countertop here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of liquid adhesive on her dress. And I love doing this because I think it's like, when you played with paper dolls when you were little, if you did that. So now I'm just going to lay this right there. And that's why I like with the liquid glue, because then I can move it around if I need to. So there, now we've dressed her. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so then what you have to do is, on a piece of scrap basic white, also is you're going to need to stamp her again, not necessarily all, just but the net area. And what I did with that, let me find it here. Hopefully I didn't lose it. Here it is. Then I colored that in and fussy cut it out as well. And I colored it in with the light gray granite Stamp and Blend. And we're going to be using that later, but that's just going to, have the net on there. So, but let's go ahead and mount her on some polished pink, which is basically the color of her dress. So I'm going to go ahead and get my adhesive and put that on the back so I can get that adhered to that polished pink mat there. And I did in the dimensions, this is like, I did it in, I think, 2 5/8, because I think the basic white is 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. And the reason why I did it in that, because I didn't really want a big border around all 4 sides. So that's why I had to go with the 1/8 inches. So, okay, so then what I did is I took my piece that I had cut out, and I've already stamped it, but what I did was I kind of laid this on here where I thought she was going to go based on where the green is and where the green is down here. And I kind of laid it there and decided where I wanted to stamp my butterflies. And I just stamped the bunch of butterflies in the Memento Tuxedo Black as well. And I'm going to leave them black, but so I'm going to go ahead now that those are stamped, I'm going to adhere this to the card front. And let's see if we can get this lined up nicely. Okay, so there we go. And I also, on a piece of scrap, I also stamped, there's a single butterfly in the set, and I stamped it on some scrap basic white, and I colored it in. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I colored it in with the So Saffron, the light So Saffron, and the light Fresh Freesia Stamping Blend. Let's see if you can see it better like that. I don't know if you can see that, but I basically colored that in like that, and I also fussy cut that piece out. And we're going to be using that as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and with Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of the card. So I'm going to put 5 because I want 1 in each corner, and I also want 1 in the middle for stability. And then get the backings off. And go ahead and put her down right about there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my net, and also with Stampin' Dimensionals, put that on the front of the card. And I kind of use what's already there as a way to line it up. Let's see, I might need to, it seems to be okay. But I think that looks so cute because it looks like she's just flitzing around trying to catch those butterflies. And then with my little butterfly that I cut out, I'm going to go ahead and put that one right there. And I don't know if I want to pop it up I think I will, but I think, let me grab them because I didn't grab them. I think I'm going to use the mini Stampin' Dimensional because I think that will be cute. So I'm going to take one of those little mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and even them might be that just barely fits. So you could just cut off a little piece from the larger ones too if you don't have the mini ones. And I'm going to go ahead and place that right there so it looks like she's at least catching that one. And that's the one I wanted to color, the one she was catching in the net. So then I took a piece of scrap basic white, and with the soft succulent I blended it really lightly on there. Just I wanted a little faint color of that soft succulent. And then with the evening evergreen I stamped the sentiment, and then just with my scissors I went ahead and did the, where you cut up the middle and then down the sides. I went ahead and did that on both sides to make it look like a banner. And now I'm going to also adhere that with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And the reason why I did the green was because I'm going to put it below there, and it's going to kind of be in the middle with that grassy area. So let's go ahead and find a nice little place for that to line up underneath there. And there we go. So that's really cute. So now the inside, of course, I had to decorate it, and I basically stamped the bunches of the butterflies here. The single one up here, there was a sentiment in there that said, "Celebrate every beautiful thing." So it says, "You make my heart happy," and then "Celebrate every beautiful thing." And you could basically write a note and say, "And you're one of those beautiful things," or whatever you wanted to say to whoever you're sending it to. Which reminds me, today is Send a Card to a Friend Day. So if you have a card already made or you need to make one, then you might want to send one to a friend. And I think this would be a really cute one to send to a friend. And what I did is I colored these also with this Light So Saffron and Light Fresh Freesia. And we're going to add that to the inside. I kind of feel like the butterflies on the inside are more colorful than the ones on the outside, except for the one that she caught in her net. So let's go ahead and put this here. And then I also think, which I didn't grab either, but wouldn't it be cute, those brass butterflies? Let me grab those. I think they'll be really cute. I think would really be cute to add a few of these to the front of the card. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oops, looks like one of them got stuck in there. Well, I think there's two stuck. I'll have to work on that later. So let's see where we want to put these. I think I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. And let's see, we could actually put a little one kind of like over one of, like this little one right there. Do I like that? Now I'm going to put it close to there. And then maybe I'll take a larger one and put it maybe there. Oh, how cute that is. And then I think I'll take another little one. I like to do my embellishments in multiples of odd numbers. So that is so cute. And then it just adds some sparkle as well. So there you go. there's today's card. I love it. I didn't think I was going to like this set, but I think it is so cute. And too bad it can only be earned. That's the only thing. Sometimes, but I love how when I paper pierced the paper pieced the dress, it has those little spots in it, but that's part of the designer paper that's on the back. So, see how I might have been using this corner down here. So, that is so cute. So you make my heart happy, and then you open it up, and it's very colorful on the inside as well. So there you go. There is today's episode of my MoJOY Monday. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. My channel's slowly growing, so if you enjoy what you see each Monday, if you want to share it with your friends, I would appreciate that as well. So I hope you all have a good rest of your Monday and a good week, and we will see you again next week for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. Have a great one, everyone. Bye-bye.